And now answering then that other part of the question, what are you going to do with this? What now?
Yeah.
It's with all of this, what is this all about? So in my case, I really had to go all the way to the core, as I like to call it, don't I?
Yeah.
All the way to the core to realize I want to and have the deep and honest wish to realize more of that potential and to get to experience what's next.
Right. Yeah.
And that's nice. But the driver changed from fear of inner desire to. I think that's really the now that we talk, I've really come. I think that's more the word that I see. Instead of going from fear of something, it's desire to.
Yeah.
And that's more. That's freer. That it has more air to it. To be, and then take it from there. I think this is what's happening right now, and to see where that goes.
Exactly.
Where this
to
goes
explore
now.
those at that, and it doesn't mean that from time to time you still have those anxieties again, right? Because the world is there around us, and everybody thinks something of us, and you all get like feedback, like, oh, can you do this? And what about this? What about that? Yeah. And I really, really like what you're saying about authenticity, because that's something I recognize from you all the time since I know you. That's not only for yourself, but you were maybe not, especially not for yourself so much in the beginning. But very much allowing other people to be who they are and to recognize their potential there, and you help them there as a manager, as a coach, but always out of authenticity. That is your word, isn't it?
It is something that really sticks to you. Yes, it's the core. It's authenticity. It's all the way into the depth and back out and put it all in perspective. It's both at the same time.
Yes.
But how did you then get to this point from where you said, okay, January, you realize it's burnout, I can't continue like this anymore.
Yeah, true.
Up until now, we're a bit more than a year forward.
Yeah.
And we sit here, so...
Absolutely.
What did happen there?
Well, a lot happened there. So I see 2023 really as my transition year. Now I could really benefit and learn from that last year. So understanding what I learned during the rest of my life, my career at different places, and of course especially Millipore and Merck, where I spent 24 years. So really grateful for that, and where I have been over the last couple of years working as a manager, and I see myself, I always describe myself as a result-driven people manager. So I like the results, I still like to achieve something, but what that result is, I have realized is what you decide it is. I mean, I want to be happy, and I only want to continue doing things. So that's something I realized last year, only doing things that I really like to do. And so that helps me really good on where do I need to say no to, and where do I want to say yes to. So, and it's really a learning process for me, because I was not so good in saying no to things. But now I know that really, really well. And to keep the connection, I'm a networker, so to keep the connection with the people, and I still do. So that's why I say I'm not closing a chapter, I continue. And working as a manager, I really worked as with my team, build a team, and to see from the people, what are they bringing to the team, and how can they even do that better? How can we benefit from the talents that they bring to a team? Yeah. And I would say what I see today is that, and here I'm pretty black and white, and I do realize that, but it makes it clear if I make it more black and white, is that in general, when you go to school, the focus is on where you are not good at. Right? Are you not good at mathematics? You need to have extra lessons in mathematics. Or not good in reading, you need extra lessons here and there. And then when we go to work, then the focus is more on what can you do, but can you do better? And that's also always how I worked as a manager. So because that's how I was educated. So that was in my brain, like, oh, that's what we have to do, to focus. If I have my conversation with one of my team members, Of course, I will tell him or her, like, this is what you can do really well. But then the rest of the conversation, 1 or 2 hours, is about what can you do better and how are you going to work on that. Where now, I believe that's still important because we can always improve, but to focus on what you are doing really well first. What's your talent? That's where you're born with your talents. That's where you get your energy from.
Yeah.
And everything that you bring from the past, from your youth, from how you were educated, made you stronger. It wasn't always nice, and in some cases traumatic, and I really understand that. And it has brought you to who you are and where you are today.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. And then bring your talents to the world, because that's, for me, where life is about. And I think that's exactly what we want to bring, right?
Absolutely. So, and that's what you sparked in me, and thanks for sharing that. It's a simple process, but it's not easy at all.
No.
It's not easy. And you have also, on top of bringing that naturally forward in people, seeing that, feeling it, seeing where that is, helping the other one realize that, but also nudging and a bit more forceful, like in my case, where you have a stubborn one who's like, I don't see it, and needs to potentially sometimes more a kick than a nudge. No, I'm exaggerating here.
Exactly.
I'm exaggerating, but just to get the point across.
Yeah.
But and this is what I validate so much, that you don't give up and you still go through this, which sometimes people have that tendency to back off, get away. It's uncomfortable. And you have that feeling in full trust to set people in motion, your thing, to set people in motion and get through there, and don't stop, don't give up in the wrong moments, right? And go through, and that's really something that I do appreciate. And funnily, we come now to the connections there. I think between
I was about to say the same. Yes,
authenticity
exactly.
and bringing that forward.
Yeah.
Where allowing to be more of yourself, allowing all of us to be more the self, be more inclusive. You are with you as well, with the understanding of we have to be less dual, more inclusive, understanding, taking it all in, looking together with the talent and bring that forward, and then working with either individuals or with groups. And trying to bring this forward. I think this will be super exciting.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we want to do. Because don't forget about yourself and what you bring, because we have worked the whole day, and I would say the Post-its are hanging up there in the room, which is fantastic.
Plaster.
It is fantastic because that's what we have learned, right, as well during our corporate journey to do this together, which is fantastic. And then what we have shared as well today, I would say a couple of times, we see so many similarities, things that we have in common and things that we don't have in common.
Exactly.
And that's exactly where we are complementary. So we bring a lot. Yeah. You bring, well, first of all, an awful lot of energy. Everybody likes and loves you when the moment you enter a room, passion, love, and the connection, and that's what you bring in a room the moment you are there. And the working with teams and groups, that's also what we have agreed today. That's going to be for us together our focus.
Can't wait.
And facilitating workshops is, I see already your face, you get excited about it.
Pen, paper, get everyone together, now!
Work together, and I would say, and maybe that's where we close for today the video.
Yes.
I will ask you what our final dream is. What do we want to, what kind of post-it did we put last on that slide where we say, if we can do that?
The ultimate dream would really be together with you and loving people that we meet on our journey, kind souls that have the same resonance with us as you just described, to put a live coaching in place on stage.
Absolutely.
With so many awesome people that we help just to achieve more awesomeness of themselves.
Yeah.
If the world is then not a better place than we found it, then I don't know what is. So
exactly.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Big hug.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. And thanks for listening for today.
Bye.